Hey, true believers, we just finished Silver Surfer, Part 5 and 6.
Learning Curve, Part 1 and 2. It was a two-part, so yeah, we're going to cover the whole thing.
In one.
Kind
of underwhelming, kind of boring. If not for all the, you got to stop it and check out the
some of the background characters. Yeah. You know, there's Easter eggs in there.
Rom, the Space Knight.
Yeah.
The Terrible from Fantastic Four number 24.
Yeah.
I actually have that book.
Really?
The Living Tribunal without the other heads.
Yes.
Nebula.
Yeah, Drax and Nebula were in this one, yeah.
And Gamora, original Gamora.
And what was his name?
Mentor.
Mentor.
Who looked super Kirby-esque.
Oh, yeah, way.
But looked more, like in a lot of this stuff, it looked more Fourth World, which I loved, because I have those books, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kirby's cosmic stuff has a real distinct...
Yeah.
It's very, compared to like Starlin's, and you can see where they took from Starlin.
Oh yeah, the big dramatic capes and big gay cloak, that kind of thing.
And especially with Thanos, and when we get to it, Adam Warlock and some of the other
and it was interesting
Starlin stuff
that Mentor was there because he wanted to find a way to defeat Thanos.
Yes.
And Silver Surfer was there because he needed to find Zen-La to get his hump back.
Right.
And Nebula was there because they wanted the information to sell. So it was greed.
Well, you're getting a little ahead of it right there. Because, the whole thing, the learning curve, the whole thing was that they were trying to find this library.
The Watchers Library.
The Watchers had put together with all the knowledge they had obtained.
Of the verse,
from watching and everything that they had observed. It was all collected in this.
What
was it called? The Library of whatever?
Yeah. So it was a peeping Tom, rolling dictionary kind of thing.
Yeah. A history of the universe as observed by the Watchers.
But an observed object makes it change.
It was pretty much taken over their home world.
Yeah.
Their whole world was the library.
Yeah.
Kind of like Coruscant is the capital city of the whole world is one big city.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a little mixed about it because
it's a lull in the season.
Well, it
started strong,
but it was impactful too because it shows that the Watchers themselves
were flawed,
contracted a disease.
Yeah.
That only Uatu was immune to for whatever reason.
And then it was alluded to that Uatu created the virus?
Well, the Watchers themselves did.
Yeah.
It was a side effect of them saving other
planets. Yeah.
Yes, they intervened at one point because some big galactic thing happened, interstellar, and multiple worlds had been decimated by it because.
But really, hold on.
And so they went to those worlds and restored their.
But hold on, isn't that natural selection? Because none of them wore clothes. I mean, the one place had to build wooden boats, but
no, they were all primitive civilizations.
What were they going to do? You got to put the Prime Directive in action.
Well, that also kind of was an incentive for the Watchers to step in and intervene because. The beings didn't have the means to do it themselves.
Yeah, well.
So, I mean...
I
know. No Prime Directive.
Yeah. Oi. And then the stupid...
But that's what they did. They intervened and they restored the worlds to their,
And they created a virus.
And the side effect was that they were infected with this virus.
But conversely, in those what-if cartoons, those god-awful ones, the Watchers... were had a stick all the way up their ass about Uatu interfering.
Oh yeah, no, that was their whole credo. Was they were there to observe and record what they saw and not interact or
just make sure they have enough quarters to feed the machine.
They were objective observers.
Observing isn't objective. You change something when you measure it or observe it. Quantum physics. Sorry,
but that's how they identified.
Okay. They identified as peeping toms. Okay, I get it.
They identified as objective observers,
and there were girl watchers,
and
females, but they were all bald,
and they were librarians.
Wow, that's sexist,
right? No, but
hey, think of that.
In the Watcher's first appearance in the pages of the Fantastic Four.
Number 48,
which was tied to the Silver Surfer Galactus thing, was the first time that he had intervened. Was because he saw Galactus coming and he intervened.
He liked the human,
and
with all their Merkel salesmen and stuff, and
out of all the eons and millennia that he had been just watching the sector that it was his sector to watch.
What a shit assignment.
Right?
Really, I'm just like, the fuck?
He never intervened in anything until Galactus was coming in.
To Earth or that sector?
Well, the whole sector that is.
So when Galactus
the nearby planets, Kree and
I'm asking,
No,
I'm the one with the star map in my head, so I'm trying to,
But no, the Watchers are assigned to given sectors. Coordinates.
Are they like the Green Lanterns?
Sort of.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess. Because they're.
So who was were the Watchers? Were they established in space before the Green Lanterns were? Because I know the Golden Age Green Lantern was Magic Man.
Yeah.
And then was turned into a homosexual by wonderful writers at DC 10, 15 years ago. Sarcasm, folks.
No, I know that happened.
And and then
Alan Scott.
Yes, and then Hal Jordan. It was an alien. It was machinery. It was a technological device. The ring, kind of like no magical property to it.
No,
yeah. So, yeah. I guess I kind of answered the question. Did I? He came from outer space?
Yeah, because Golden Age Green Lantern just found it somewhere, on the side of the railroad tracks or some shit.
Yeah.
I forget. I read the origin once, and I was like, "You're shitting me, really?"
How do you lose a ring like that? Boy, don't you feel the idiot? Huh?
Right. It wasn't like, and then Hal Jordan, the alien, what was his name? I forget.
The pink guy, yeah.
Yeah. Crash landed and was on his way out, and the ring sought him out and chose Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Because the ring picks, somebody who's worthy of, or what has the will.
Yeah.
Because that's what drives the ring. Your power ring is your willpower. You have to have strong will. And that's what made Guy Gardner so qualified, was that he has got a strong will, as douchebaggy as he is, right?
Well, I've got the Black Lantern ring.
Well, yeah, and all the different colored rings have different properties.
They're the dead lanterns.
Yeah. Anyway, besides all that, I don't know who would be older, the Owens or the Watchers.
Yeah.
In the cosmic scale of things. But
tell us in the comments. And with that, like, share, subscribe.